Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's me, Chrono JJ, with another Champions League playoff match between Shelty and TheRapl. Welcome back, everyone. I'm hoping this will all work great. The new router, trying things out. I think it'll be okay, though it says I've dropped 12 frames. But anyway, this is a Champion League quarterfinals with some off-centered up at the top. Let's fix that. Shelty, number one in his division. 5-1 overall, lost only to Grand Monster, who played Norse. And TheRapl, who plays Norse, finished 3-3, fourth in his division. So, number one versus number four. Great Britain versus Greece on a nice set of maps. If I'm TheRapl, except for maybe, well, I don't know. I mean, Borderlands I think would be all right for Norse. Marsh, good. Medit, maybe not. Oasis, that'll be tough. But then Blue Lagoon, so I kind of see like. I think it's important for TheRapl to get some wins because he doesn't want to be ended up on Medit for the fifth and final match and have to win that. So Shelty had a real nice season, 11-5 overall win-loss. TheRapl was 6-8, but he won his games when he needed to. So he beat the three players lower than him in the division. Didn't beat the top three though, so might be a bit tough. But we will find out. You are getting streamed. No spoilers. We'll see how this goes. I'm excited. Let's jump right into it after we look at the bracket. Spoiler free, of course. I'll fill this in once I've done all four matches of the the quarterfinals. We're looking at Shelty versus TheRapl. The winner gets to play the winner of Chemo versus Nyan Racing Cat, who I haven't yet streamed. For some reason, I am dropping frames on this brand new router. What a piece of junk. Anyway, let's get into the game. I got my nicest green shirt just to celebrate. Prediction. I can't do a prediction because everyone who watched the games originally, which is probably most by now, probably will just tell me that the right answer is by predicting the right gods or the right winners. So let's see. We look good. Yep. Got the scoreboard right. Let's go right into game number one on Borderlands. Ooh, Poseidon. Did not expect to see a Poseidon here from the old Sheltonator. So interesting. So we are looking at Shelty, who is now I Bring Life, apparently. And he is red as Poseidon. Our blue player is Odin, and that is TheRapl GR from Greece. So, the one thing I will say about Shelty, he's kind of always a sleeper good player in tournaments, especially the ones like the Bill Gregg Open or Voobly Champions League, where you know what the maps are ahead of time. So he's always done pretty well in the events hosted by me and Boit, and I think a lot of that is due to him being able to play a variety of different gods well, and he usually picks his gods well. Now, I don't know if Poseidon on this map is super great. Maybe it is. I'd think I'd be pretty happy as a Norse player here against Poseidon, but I am not a Norse player, so maybe I'm wrong. But what is Borderlands, you might ask? Well, if you've been paying attention, maybe you haven't, no big deal. Borderlands looks like this, as you can see in the mini-map. So players start really close together, but there's a forest in between them. And then you got your little openings on the edges. A lot of hunt. You start with some walrus, a bunch of berries, and then there'll be a couple boar and another backpack of elk. More berries, more caribou, and that looks like it's about it. So, it's a decently high hunt map, I suppose you could say. It looks like Vibrating life. Where did he get these boar from? Why is there boar? Let's see. There's 2 boar there. So where did he get these boar from? I don't see any other boar spawns. Did he collect all of the extra boar in the map other than the 2 spawn? Because there should be like, usually there's side boar like around here. Now, one thing I have noticed is that there's been a lot of hunt walking from this side of the map over here. Actually, I didn't think of that, but with the way this map is, with the players so close together, it's pretty common for the Poseidon lure to take the enemy hunt, more so than on a normal map, where most of the enemy hunt isn't within range. So, not a bad idea. But yeah, Borderlands is a newer map. It was briefly for a time in the Voobly rating pool where people were playing it, and I thought it was good, but some people complained, and such is life. We see I think Shelty's doing this on purpose. So we got the Odin player who will have Forest Fire. I think Shelty wants TheRapl to burn his temple down, because once the free myth unit spawns, Shelty really doesn't need the temple for quite some time. And if the temple burns down, I think that's 4 free militia if you're Poseidon. And then it also opens the space in between, because you can forest fire this and just it rips a hole through the entire tree line, which is kind of cool. But I don't know if we'll see that, but I'm pretty sure he is, because now we see Ares. So Shelty really wants TheRapl to use forest fire on this after, of course, his Cyclops gets spawned, burn a hole here, and then with Ares, Shelty would just use a quick pestilence on all of Rapple's buildings, and then just push through with a really big early rush here with 4 free militia and a Cyclops and all of that. So we'll see if TheRapl thinks about that, because 4 militia at 5 minutes, not bad. I mean, militia are almost essentially a hoplite for free, as we see a lot of early harass too from this hero. So yeah, it looks like Shelty is going all in on the early aggression, and the villager needs to run. No, not that way. Get her out of there. Nice scout blocking. She's running to the tower, and it looks like she will get away. Here comes Ares. So the Ares is in, and uh-oh, I think TheRapl is gonna fall for it. Uh-oh, don't use it there. Don't use it there. Oh, he's moving. Okay. No. So we have the Valk up. We'll see where the forest fire comes into play. I think it'll be pretty big. So we've got a stable and a stable. So double stable and a longhouse and a temple. And TheRapl is telling me not to underestimate him. So we have the pestilence now, the Cyclops, and Hippolyta. Now this dude, this is a beefy boy, as Boyd likes to say. These villains got to get out of here, though. Run them around this way. Uh-oh. You don't want to let the Cyclops get a free hit off. That should... Okay. Maybe split off the ox cart so the villains run a little faster. Ooh, this Herseer going down. Ooh, it's not good. Ah, Hippolyta with the long-range shot gets it. And the Valk is still playing around, but attacking a cow. Would be nice to have the Valk perhaps defend against the Cyclops, because the Valk does get a plus 200% against myth units, which is better than most. And only plus 100% for the Cyclops, although he does pretty good damage anyway with the crush and the hack. And gotta watch out for this little Sark. He can't dodge arrows yet. He's medium. Oh man, the old Sark on top of the old Sark. What a throw. These dwarves, these villagers are all wandering around, wanting to know what happened, why the old Sark fell from the sky. And that was a lot of idle time. And then this villager, what hit point? Oh no. Ooh, Cyclops is down, but that was a big throw right there. We see the Valk still running around, so no forest fire. So the TheRapl passed the test. But these couple heroes, along with a couple cavalry, along with the Cyclops, have done a ton of damage to the TheRapl, who is 5 villagers behind at 642. And that's even with the heroes being trained for the Greek. So 5 heroes behind with heroes being trained. But here's a Valk, one more shot. Gets her. Okay, nice find there. And might just want to... Oh, he can pick this one off too. So catching up on a couple vills. So 2... Oh, the garrison. Oh, she jumped in from like a mile away to save her life. And now we've got some Toxotes as well. Pure Ulfsark. Now the path to victory here is if you can get some picks with the Valk on some Toxotes, which that's what we've got here. So this is really well done. Picked one off, and this one's really running as fast as he can. And we'll probably get 2 unless it garrisons and get this one down as well. And now Valk will run away. You'd like to get kind of a surround by the Ulfsarks. I don't know if he wants to surround just yet. I don't think he quite has the numbers. And what kind of eco upgrades are we looking at? Pickaxe, hand axe, and hunting dogs. That's okay. Oh. Don't want to lose units for free. You just picked off a Toxotes for free. You don't want to lose your Valk. The Valk's almost gone now too. And she might be falling here. 13 hit points. Nothing. Oh, forest fire. Doesn't accomplish a whole lot. I think he was hoping that I'd bring life, aka Shelty, would run in a little bit sooner, or a little bit further, but that forest fire not quite accomplishing a whole lot there, but I guess that's better than using it here. Could have done it on here back before and probably getting an extra 2 kills, but that's all right. And now we've got the heavy Hippocon, the Hersier getting taken down, 1 raiding cavalry, a couple weak Toxotes, though. This raiding cavalry could maybe kill 2. No, not quite. But this is okay. We got the Ulfsarks fighting the Hippocon. This is how you want this fight to go, though, is if you're the TheRapl, though, because it's as good as it's going to be. Only 2 Toxotes now because the Valk and the raiding cavalry, and this one will get on the other one, so well done. But, man, these Hippocon live forever. And I don't know if it's... Well, I mean, TheRapl's gonna hold, but I mean, it's kind of at mutual destruction here. We'd like to see him save a few of his low hit point Ulfsarks. He's got a couple that, yeah, just died right there. But we'll fight him off. So overall, that went about as well as you could hope for TheRapl. I mean, maybe it could have been a little bit better, but things were pretty shaky, I feel like, coming into that. He is still, however, 4 villagers behind. Population is almost equal, as we got this Hersier building a house now, just right there. And the gold mine's out. The dwarves are going to come down here. These villas are almost done up on the top. They're on a cow up there. And the TheRapl could maybe use a couple more raiding cavalry. Looks like he might go for a raid, which was kind of what I was thinking he might want to do. There's not a ton to raid, though. You got to watch out. You don't want to run your Ulfsarks right into the wood line. He could get trapped. Not quite. Loses just a few hit points, but Shelty with the slightly better economy, 4 villagers up along with the eco upgrades, which TheRapl doesn't have. So Shelty's able to resupply. Now this town center should probably task on to the Toxotes. But yeah, we've got 14 versus 8 cav, but then the 7 Toxotes and 2 full HP heroes. I'm not sure if TheRapl will be able to win this next fight. He's got a couple raiding cavalry coming, but they might be a little too late. And this is a pretty optimistic location for these villagers because this is where all the reinforcements are coming. Anyway, so yeah, they're going to get spotted by these units. And Oh, I was going to say, Shelty not paying attention. Oh, TheRapl just needs to go in. Oh, nice reposition with the Toxotes there. That was big. Really well done by Shelty, as we see 2 villagers gone. One here, one there. Oh, get it. Oh, 3. 3 down, and I don't know if TheRapl can now win this fight. 83 to 112. 8 villagers down. He kind of needs a miracle here. And again, it's all about if he can then Shelty. So here's what the trick is when it comes to repositioning units, because what Shelty wants here, this is worth a pause. He wants these archers to get on the other side of the Hippocon. Now, how can he do that? Because if he just turns and fights here, now the archers are in a terrible spot. So what you do, a very important trick if you don't know this, is so these units are running this way. If he then clicks right now with his entire army here, the cavalry and the Toxotes will switch positions and kind of walk through each other. I anticipate that's what Shelty will do. Ha 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 ha! And look how well that gets everything just repositioned here. The Toxotes instantly behind the cavalry line, and while TheRapl might win this, maybe I don't. I see he doesn't have the Yeah, I think TheRapl will win this side, but we've got a little bit of mayhem over here where the archers and the Hippocon are now all over the dwarves. So TheRapl will win this, just courtesy of half of Matrius's army is over here and up on this gold mine. But in the end, it's going to be about a wash because, again, TheRapl doesn't have much left, but what he did lose was 12 more. He didn't lose 12 more. He lost more villagers, a lot of dwarves, and now he's even further behind Eco. Medium Ulf has been in for a while now, so it didn't come in. You might be distracted by the original one, the Skraeling, who never upgrades. He gets to have his own brown coat. You know what? This is a starting Ulfsar. You should get like a bonus if he lasts like all the way until Mythic Age. Like he should be like kind of one of those hero units that gains statistics as he makes kills. Oh, don't. But yeah, now we're kind of in danger land here. The raiding cavalry are trying to get to the Toxotes, but the Hippocon are slowing them down. And this is looking a little bit grim. Nice to get the cavalry on these couple Toxotes down here. But we've got the Toxotes firing away at these Ulfsarks up at the top, which are all really low hit points. Dwarves coming in, and this might be the end. We've got more reinforcements coming. Toxotes fall back a little bit. Really well done. The unit management by Shelty here has been really well done. And that is GG. So well played. It was just a few early villager kills, I feel like, that just kept bringing TheRapl down. And then as he would defend, he'd lose some more villagers and a little bit more. And at this point, now 13 minutes into the game, he's 13 villagers behind with no eco upgrades, whereas Shelty has both pickaxe and hand axe. No husbandry, though. So well played by Shelty. TheRapl put up a fight. I mean, that was touch and go here. It was just a matter of just a few too many villagers lost. And let's see. Yeah, you can just see just this early first push after the pestilence. That Cyclops throw was pretty big there at the beginning. Did a lot of damage. And just a little bit behind consistently. And then here was more damage. And look at our resource total. You can see pretty similar. But once those villagers start getting killed, then it's just a little too much to make up. You can't really afford to be behind as Norse. You kind of got to keep up. Kill death ratio isn't terrible. I mean, the Ulfsarks are cheaper than the Hippocon, so this isn't bad, this kill death ratio, especially when you consider like 10, 11, 12 of these as villagers. So really by military, it was pretty similar. It's just the difference in villager kills, that early pressure, the Cyclops throw, and then just a few extra villagers killed at the beginning of the game is kind of the difference there. So well played to Shelty. Give him the win that he deserves there in game number 1 in this best of 5. It's the playoffs. It's single elimination. Let's move on to game number 2. on Oasis. Odin versus Set. So we do have the Odin player up here as TheRapl. TheRapl is an Odin main. And Shelty is a mix of gods. He used to be a Norse main, but went to the dark side, started playing some Egyptian, and then started playing Greek. And now he plays even Atlantean too. He plays a lot of gods at high level. And so here we are looking at Shelty, who has switched to Set. And we're seeing a triple goat spawn here. That's pretty juicy. And we see a double Osark. We have found the zebra. That's a lot of zebra. Didn't get any. Would like for him to hold on to that Great Hunt maybe a little bit. Get a couple goats in it too. But that's okay. I mean, I don't know if you really can complain about 8 zebra on Oasis. That's not bad. And actually, 4 giraffe is about as high of a second hunt as you'll get. So you can't complain. Now the Great Hunt, the reason I said that he should have probably mixed some Great on in, what do you get? You got +4. You probably could have got +4, maybe a goat too, but I guess you're kind of stretching there. Now is the fight for the goats. You might ask, why does TheRapl have 2 Ulfsarks? What's the point? Well, it's to scout, get all those goats. It's a big fight. Also try to find that priest, which TheRapl, he sees it. Okay, he notices. That's good. This is huge. Is stopping the Set player from converting units. And he's going to have to pay attention, though. He's got to build a house, or you might end up being a house. So to stop the priest from converting, that's always important. And does find 1 goat, so that means another one should be around somewhere, unless it got picked off by the hyena. As we have the hyena. Yeah, the rest of the goats are here. And there's a few goats right in the middle. And TheRapl's, okay, he's building his house. Getting the priest knocked down. Not going to kill it. But that prevents it from converting anything. And that's helpful. It'll be important to see how the goat counts go. So far, this triple goat count. We've got the hyena coming. Spots it. Skraeling, or Ulfsark here. Should do quick work on the hyena. You could actually almost have it afford to chase it, maybe. But we need this one to come through the middle. Looks like he is. And then, okay, so the goat gives line of sight to TheRapl for these goats. So that's good. So he'll find it. And a relic. Boots a kick everything. Plus 10% hero movement speed. That's really good for the Odin, who has terribly slow heroes. The Hersi are so slow. Oh, you're missing one. There you go. There you go. And now he's finding all his goats. Now he's pretty happy that ding-a-ling of the goats coming in. So that's good. That is good. What's the other relic? Blue crystal shard plus 5% villager gather rate. As we see a very defensive temple being built. We're cutting down the straggler trees. What do you see from strategies here? Set is all about early town center grab, and then kind of endless food, courtesy of your food that spawns from the temple. Having a couple scouts at the beginning should help get goats, and then if he really wants to, he could probably shift sands some goats. TheRapl's going to have to be careful. He's going to want to spread his goats out a little bit more, because this is 5 goats, which they can fatten up all the way to 300. So 5 times 300, do the math with me, is 1,500. If Shelty takes that, it's basically a 3,000 food difference. That is big. So we got to spread these boys out. Get them all in a big circle around it. Whoa, what's up? 422 is 422. I like it. And still on those zebra. Let's see what kind of an age up are we seeing from both of these players. 69% and 73%. So what does the top player do? I'm thinking Shelty's just going to snag some goats. And a 5 goat snag is actually pretty solid. TheRappl's a little bit worried about some pressure here. And we have Vision now used, and he's going to take these goats. They needed, oh, it only took 4. Well, he could have got 5, but even 4 is too many. TheRapl should have spread those out a little bit more. Now he's going to move them all in, but now this is big. 8 goats to 20. So 6,000 food if they all fatten up to 2,400. That's a substantial difference. I mean, look at all these goats. So Shelty's grabbing a town center. TheRapl probably responds by grabbing his own town center, and I'm going to guess... Boy, this is a nice gold mine here. I was going to say you could almost do a gold mine push, but this gold mine, a little safe. One thing I have noticed, so Fatch 5.0 had some map rebalances. I've noticed that Oasis sometimes gets some pretty safe gold mines, as opposed to this one is kind of the other way for TheRapl. So this could be hard to pressure, because theoretically what you could do is like a one town center, like frost push on the second gold mine or town center. But with where this gold mine is, that'd be tough to accomplish that. So we're seeing a second town center grab from TheRapl. That's a nice one to grab. You get control of your giraffe here. Potentially, instead of grabbing this right away, TheRapl could have come forward and pressured this. With the Valk and his Herseer, it would have pushed these vills off, but didn't go for it anyway. Question is, you know, if you come down there and the villagers aren't there, it's kind of a waste, because then your heroes are doing nothing and you're not building a town center. We see husbandry already coming in for Shelty, and this is a lot of food here for Shelty. It's going to be hard for TheRapl to keep up, I feel like, having only 8 goats himself, and he's already killed 2 of them, so they aren't going to fatten up anymore. And we got the Valk coming, and we'll see. This Spearman is stuck. Just face planted up against the barracks, so we'll give TheRapl the early kill lead there. I like it. And yeah, Shelty, make a couple barracks, but you'll mostly just stay just pure economy, age up to heroic age, and then probably attack here in age 3. And does TheRapl know about that gold mine there? Okay, he does. That's right, Trevor. Everybody loves the live streams. The late night stream for me during the weekend, so things aren't quite as lively as they would normally be, but that's okay. A little bit of a spearman raid. I like it. Normally you see the Egyptians staying pretty defensive. Just the problem is you don't want them to get caught, and then that's 200, 300 almost resources that are wasted. And it looks like the wall build, he probably needs to pound this one a little bit more, or the spears will get out. Or no, well, I don't know why they wouldn't attack the one that's almost dead. And the spears might end up getting caught out, and that might end up being a raid that, oh, he's trying to get out. Oh, the Osark building. Oh, man, nice job by TheRapl to trap those in. Notice that they were retargeting this one, and spears are kind of caught out here, and might all die without even getting a kill, depending on what happens, in which case, that's not good. Probably just split the Herseer path blocking this raiding cavalry for days. Get the Herseer out of here. And that's nice. We got Shadif coming in as well for Shelty. We can see is starting to accumulate resources, as is TheRapl. These spears are taking a traipse through town. Now what they are doing is distracting, which is allowing Shelty to grab this town center. So that is accomplishing something as they circle around the trees, and look like they're going to try to run back. Still have this nice relic here. Boots a kick, everything. That's important. It's an important relic against Egyptian, especially Set, who's going to end up having ancestors and scorpions. The boots a kick, everything, if you don't know, is what gives heroes more speed. And this ended up being nice. I mean, 4 spears cleaned up with no losses for TheRapl, who's grabbing a third town center. Now, I'm not sure if the third town center is the play here. I feel like you'd stay 2, build a Migdal, or not a Migdal, build a hill fort and attack this town center. And I think you'd be able to withstand a early ancestors and be able to attack. With the third town center, I don't know if you're going to get your hill fort up in time. Now, does TheRapl know about that juicy back goal? He doesn't. He doesn't know that's back there, which why would you check? I mean, it's kind of so safe you almost assume it can't be there. So what does Shelty do? Does he build up an army now in classical age or archaic? Heroic age? It looks like he is. Like occasionally you might even see like a aging up to mythic for like a tornado. But he is aging up just through the heroic age for now, building some Migdals, getting chariots out while the TheRapl is on 3 town centers. Looks like TheRapl is definitely going for probably a rag. Now, he's going to this forward gold. TheRapl did scout this gold mine. Yeah, maybe he's just saving it for later. Saving it for a rainy day. Oh, we got this hill fort over here, which... See, here's the problem when you're defensive. So he builds the hill fort over here, which means Shelty, if he wants to, which would be more natural anyway, can just attack this way. And now there's nothing over here to defend. We're trying to get this wall done. Don't want to get these Herseer caught. This would be a significant loss as one's down. And we're having a couple... Man, this... You gotta check the relics. The boots that kick everything. Plus 10% hero speed. That's huge. Oh, Frost Giant could get on the Scorpion Man. Oh, that is a catch right there. Now the question is if Shelty has enough units here, you almost could just frost this. Potentially. Because that's villagers. I would frost this. If I'm TheRapl. I'm frosting this and winning this fight. We see a forest fire because you get the vills too. And I think he's holding on to frost too long. Maybe he's waiting for ancestors, but I feel like if you use frost and force out the ancestors, then you can just fight the unfrosted ancestors and you'll be alright. And now this fight went pretty heavily in Shelty's favor, and now Shelty has a town center that he can just reach right through. And in the end, I think this town center will hurt more than it helped. Because that's 700 resources put to it, along with farms. And what did he get out of it? Maybe 5 villagers, 6 villagers, and it's going to go down. So definitely this town center was a net loss, for sure. And waiting on, still holding on to that. You could frost this and get everything. And holding on to it. We're getting there with the full pop, but I think maybe hindsight being 2020, probably should have frosted right away. That would have prevented this Migdal. But that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Nice to pick off the elephants there. And the Scorpion Man is almost dead too. Now the question is, does this town center fall? And get that Scorpion Man down. And now, oh, get this Frost Giant on the elephant. There you go. Nice use of the elephants, or the Frost Giants there. Now this army is well surrounded, and maybe he shouldn't have used... I told you he shouldn't have used Frost. He didn't need it. Look, he's surviving. The Huskarls do so much work on the chariots, and down they go. And we've got a few units down here, but we've still got all these reinforcements coming in. We got the Frost Giants playing around up here. So that's good. The problem is, yes, people do save Frost all the way to Ragnarok. See, the thing is, if you're able to survive to Ragnarok and you still have Frost, it's pretty hard to lose at that point. because you can just frost an entire army and then just kill all the town centers, and then you'll be good. Now, he still might need to use frost to save this town center. We see that he's researching fortified town center in a town center that has 274 hit points, so I don't know how that's going to work out for him. We've also got all these dwarves mining from this gold mine here, but there's not an ox cart. And now he's trying to heal this up. I can't tell how much. Fortified town center is at 43%. Gotta get on this. Okay, there we go. And gotta watch out for this one though. Get the vills on it. You don't want to lose this town center at 65%. Oh, it's gonna be close to aging up or getting that technology. 82%. We've got 230 hit points though. The elephant is almost down to 200, 150. Okay, I think we'll get this up, and it does get up. Now we've got mercenaries come streaming in from Shelty, but TheRapl's in a good spot. I think he held off onto his frost. And, I mean, if he can survive in good condition, let's take a look at his eco upgrades. Only the first line, though. So, would like to see a little bit more than that. Shelty's got the second line. That's, I mean, idle units here. They just got idle, though, so it should be alright. We've got a forward town center, or tower. No crenellations yet. Hill fort, shooting down the villagers. Okay, and an elephant is in, but he gets frozen. Do we have any art pierce armor upgrades? Okay, we do. A little bit short on gold right now is the TheRapl, but these siege towers coming in just kind of getting pegged down by the villagers right away. But this critical mass of units underneath the tower is starting to get a little scary if you're TheRapl. You got heavy infantry just came in. So heavy Huskarls, but no frost giants. We may end up needing a frost here to defend. See, TheRapl, if he could have afforded the resource, the eco technologies earlier, would have helped so much for his economy. Because ecotechs are so big. And now I think we need to see frost now, I think. And the problem is with like these villagers all fighting the towers. I mean, every villager killed is one fewer rag hero later. And do we have the priest? We do have the priest bonus damage versus myth units, funeral rites. That's an important technology to get against these frost giants with their their 69% hack armor. That's so good. But the Pharaoh, when he comes in with this technology, basically makes myth units obsolete. I think at this point, though, TheRapl's just kind of streaming too many units in one by one to their death. I feel like a frost just to get full pop. Because he's been consistently fighting under pop here for a while. 98 villagers, though. So that's good. But, like, so many resources getting thrown into these units that just kind of keep funneling in and dying. Like, I think you frost all of this, repair your town center full, and then just age up. That's what I think. And then age up with Ragnarok. And I think he would be quick enough with 100 vills that he'd be able to hold. And nicely done with this frost giant with like 3 hit points left. Freezes the hill fort here. But yeah, I'm looking for him to age up pretty soon. Again, okay, he's finally got the second line upgrade. Shelty, though, is also pretty close to aging up. Might be aging up sooner. We can see he was doing some selling and buying at the market here. And now he's up. Up Horus. When does this frost get used? TheRapl, he's holding on to this frost. Holding on. I mean, we do only have one siege unit now, so like here, you almost. Well, now he's at full pop, so it might be okay. Gotta watch out for this other forward Mingdal here, though. Do we have the second? Do we have the second? Oh, see, I think before you get your bronze weapons in this situation, I think you get your second Pierce armor upgrade. Because so much of this damage is Pierce. Well, the reason TheRapl is losing these fights is because he's 16 villagers up on... He's been fighting under-popped for so long. And then also is like 16 villagers up. So for a while he was fighting like 10 military units down. And you need that second Pierce upgrade. Because yeah, and the throwing axemen probably might as well not make. Although we now do see some axemen being made. But it's gonna be all about the damage. What can the reg do? I think the reg, we got 2,900 gold here. Still holding on that frost. I mean, with so few. Oh, the tornado's coming though. What kind of building upgrades do we have? Only fortified. Only fortified. Where does Shelty? Does he just tornado this? Yeah. So tornado comes down, sucks up all these units. It's gonna kill the town center too. And that's not the age up town center, so that's okay. Not bad. We've got some rams coming up. Look like he's prepping some Balder rams to come along with the reg, which that's really good. Really good to see. Does he have the favor? Now, don't use reg yet, I don't think. I think you wait just a tiny little bit. Maybe. And don't... I don't know if you attack. Yeah, you can attack through here. It's just a couple walls. And here's an Avenger looking through. Oh, these chariots aren't paying attention. Not a ton of damage on that splash there, but chariots are getting caught out. Champion chariots. Flood control. Well, I don't know if you need flood control now. We'd like to see maybe a few trade units, but I don't know. I think this is maybe one of those times where should probably just be doing maybe a Ragnarok now. Once he gets his upgraded Balder rams, I think that's what he's waiting for. Yeah, he's getting a ton of rams. There it is. I like this. I like this. I think this is about as good as you're gonna go. So now, where does he send his reg heroes? I think he needs to cut. I think these all need to come here, not up here. Oh, see that this is a little bit bad tactically, because if he runs these this way, he can trap this army in a pincer. But they're all coming up here where you already have all your army, so they're all just gonna start path blocking each other. But nice to see the rams. Are they Balder rams, though? We don't have the Balder tech. Should be able to get it soon. But yeah, I don't know why all these reg heroes came up running this way. Like, if half of them could be coming right here right now, getting us around. In the end, it's not going to matter, like, to this initial fight. But the reg is all about that shock attack. That first initial shock attack. Look at this army disappear. Like, half of these reg heroes kind of haven't done anything yet, just because of path blocking. So half of them could have been down here and probably killed. Don't say in chat if you lost or won. Probably could have killed this town center already. And Nyan, he's being optimistic there. No frost yet. We have frost coming. But see, here's the problem. With wiping out that first army and not killing this town center, now we have a fully reinforced axeman and militia and mercenary army. We have the Balder rams coming, and got all this stuff coming. So we still got some movement here. They're not. I guess they're. Yeah, they are Balder at the Dwarven Augur. And this army is going to be taken care of. Here comes the the minions. against the heroes of Ragnarok. Look how fast these Balder Rams are taking down this town center. And there's the Frost. Don't know if it was needed there. I think he was trying to save all of his Balder Rams. But I think he probably could have ran them out and maybe saved the Frost for here. But at this point, this should be a win for TheRapl. I think he's well enough ahead. He's got one. How many caravans does he have? 5, 6. So, okay. I mean, I don't know. But that's coming. They're coming down here. Would like to get some Reg heroes down there too, though. These should be accompanying the Rams. All right, now they're coming. Okay, they're coming. And just pull them back. Pull them back. Back. Don't want to lose them all to the villagers. This is your siege push. And gotta mark it up here. And here come all these. I think this is doing good. I like the play. Holding on to Reg until you get your Rams in. Pull them back here. Pull them back. Okay, maybe it doesn't matter. I'm at this point. I mean, you're killing off so many villagers. And, I mean, Rams lasting a good long time. And Shelty's going to be down to 1 town center here. And I think TheRapl's done it. I think he's done it here. He held on to that Frost a whole lot longer than I would have, but I think it's paying dividends here because we see Shelty is only at 37 food, 300 gold, and we're gonna have just a clean sweep here, just marching right all the way around the map. And well done by TheRapl. I might have sitting in my booth here, might have done things, you know, slightly differently tactically, but you can't argue with results. I mean, and when you're playing the game, it's a lot easier, you know, it's harder. But yeah, we still got 2 Rams left. 2 Rams left for this. And they're doing their best to survive. It doesn't matter, though. They fall. But what does Shelty have? He's got almost nothing. We had some sort of villager massacre right here. We've got the last town center right there. We've got a Migdol with 2 chariots hiding inside a fire giant coming forward. These villagers are not able to hide, and GG, well played by TheRapl. I thought he held on to his Frost just a little too long. I thought he was going to lose because of it. That's always that back and forth there, the Frost, and I mean, you want to save it for the perfect time, but in the end, a win's a win. It doesn't matter. Maybe he could have won a little easier. Or maybe if you would have used Frost earlier, he wouldn't have won. So, can't argue with a win. And a win against Shelty is nothing to scoff at. And to pick up a win on Oasis, given that the huge food differential between the goats, I did not think was able to be... I didn't think TheRapl would be able to get past that. But in the end, stuck to it. Economy right where it needs to be. You can see this is when he started, you know, really pumping the bills, and also though getting some of those additional technologies is when the eco started to take off. But well done by TheRapl. Well done. Knots this series up at 1-1, and we got Marsh coming up next. Map number 3, Marsh. Odin versus Set. All right. So a game 3 that's not a decider here. On Marsh, we've got left side of the map is our Set player at Shelty. Right side is our Odin, the one everybody's cheering for because nobody wants to see an Egyptian win. And it's Marsh. Marsh, if any map is kind of a home map for Norse, it's Marsh. But Set's pretty good on Marsh too. I think what you have to do here as Set is go for a 4-minute advance with an aggressive forward shift. I think that's the play here. I mean, even if the Odin is still on this hunt, you can aggressive forward shift on this hunt and still push him back in the base. I think that might be the play. We'll see what Shelty chooses to do. We've got the Ulfsark coming forward. Priest kind of scampered all the way along the edge of the water here, getting this crocodile. The reason the priest is kind of down here is you don't want to go in the middle because that's where the Ulfsark's going to be, and if the Ulfsark finds your priest, well, guess what? You're not converting any animals. So comes down here, converts this croc, and then once the croc is converted, he can come up here and start working on the aurochs and stuff as we see a house built. A few villagers on gold. The cool thing about Marsh is it spawns an extra 2 relics. And we've got the Canopic Jar of Imseni, a minus 15% infantry train time. Decent for both players. Ship of Fingernails, 24 free food a minute. Free food, I guess, not super. Odin's Wand, minus 20% temple upgrades. Alright. And Pandora's Box, minus 25% myth unit training time. I'd say overall these are kind of an underwhelming collection of relics here. Well, that's okay. And we've got TheRapl with a house. I can never remember this command. LA. TheRapl sitting at 15 to 15 pop. Okay, he's not going to be housed. Okay, all right, that's good. That's good. That's good. Shelty is going for the 4 minutes. It looks like to me. Might need to empower this with the Pharaoh to get it up in time. So. Spoiled. You ain't spoiled. You ain't spoiled. Alright. You may be spoiled because you get to hang out with me. And that's spoiled. Because who else gets to hang out with me at this hour? And you... Okay. He's still 30 food short, though. Where are they going? All right, all right. And, uh-oh. A little bit idle time. Like I said, that's going to be about a 4:10 instead of a 4 minute. Or, there we go. Okay, he is aging up. TheRapl is a little bit slower, 4:20. That's okay. Hello, Swoop Hoop. Good to have you and the Boitster in the chat. And again, just a reminder for those of you coming in, these are recorded games, but I don't know the results. So, and probably so don't some of the viewers. So, if you know, be a good sport, as most people always are. So I appreciate that. But yeah, the 4 minute, the 4 minute play here is I think the play. And we actually see the Pharaoh coming forward. So what this tells me is that Shelty is going to try to shift the enemy defending Herseer away. And he's going to try to sit on this gold mine. What does Shelty know about? Well, he just found this forward gold mine, which he's pretty happy about. And he's... and here comes the Herseer, who's just going to hide. Might as well just keep him in there. And there's another Herseer. Probably would have been nice to spawn. Man, if he would have spawned this Herseer on this side, would have been able to get this Pharaoh down. Because the Herseer could have come here and path blocked with a building. And we see a vision being used. And units still coming forward. Aggressive barracks. Pharaoh could have been dead. If this second Herseer would have spawned on this side, they could have surrounded the Pharaoh. Or made him use a shift to defend back. So, but it's all right. See if it matters. Still do have that shift that Shelty's hanging on to. He's going barracks. The Valk has spotted this. That's very important. And we come down here. See, here's going to be the shift right here. You shift all this away. Yeah. That's tough. But if TheRapl knows about this down here, he could just raid and fall back and come to this side with his unit. So this isn't terrible. Because this could be a pretty decent raid on these villagers, along with the Valk coming forward, and that could almost hurt Shelty more than help. Oh, maybe use a forest fire depending on where these villagers go. Oh, trying to path block, but okay, all right. Herseer aren't the super greatest at. Oh, build another one. I think he's distracted, but in the end, I don't know if this shift was good. Shelty just kind of put them right where they needed to go. And the Herseer run. Oh, he gets out. That's good. That's good. Valken, these units are now... See, now these units are on the wrong side of the base. But TheRapl didn't go to this hunt. I think he's a little worried about all these throwing axemen and such. And TheRapl is forced off of his hunt, though. Trying to tower up, I think. Yeah, getting watchtower. Temple maybe going down. TheRapl looking for units to kill. The Valk should probably heal these. Here the Herseer, because they're almost dead. And oh, ooh, big catch on the Pharaoh. He's a strong dude. And the Herseer will be able to get this Wadjet, who's trapped from the rest of this army. Priest goes down, Wadjet goes down, Hyena goes down. That's a good turn of events there, and that should allow TheRapl to move on to all this hunt. He should immediately now go to hunt. Now, the one thing I would like, though, is getting to the point where TheRapl heals up his slow Herseer and gets a little bit more of an army. I don't know. I would say maybe you combine and put all your units down here if you're TheRapl. That way you don't have to defend two spots. Like wall this with your infantry, and wall this, and then just hunt and mine down here. Because we're a little bit of a worried spot where if they come up here, they might have to go idle pretty soon if the units come forward. Now, it looks like Shelty's grabbing this forward town center. If I'm TheRapl here, I stay one town center and push this age 3 with a frost push. Or you could almost even go a Nord push, though that doesn't give you a whole lot later. Now, TheRapl could maybe win this fight. I guess the Aurochs will live for a while. And we do have 2 priests, so maybe he won't. And 3 priests. And the Aurochs will tank damage for days. So TheRapl probably shouldn't be fighting this. No, this isn't a good fight for him. Run, 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 run. Yeah, I think TheRapl here just goes for a heroic age push. Like, he's not going to match army here unless he overpopulates. But, man, if you age up with, like, Nord here, I mean, the town center's instantly down. Or you can age up with Frost, and then you have a Frost Giant, and you frost all the army, and then you kill the town center that way, too. It kind of works either way. So we'll see. It looks like he's grabbing a town center. I don't think that's what you do here. Because it's so easy to attack this. And even if Shelty goes full classical age army, it doesn't matter, because you frost it, and then the town center's down. Got the raiding spearmen coming in. And this town center being grabbed. See, I don't know. Now, these units here will be able to take care of the spearmen if they turn and fight. And we got 1 villager killed. And 2 killed. That's worth it there. Spearmen getting taken out. Yeah, I think this town center is a mistake. Because now TheRapl is going to age up slower than Shelty. And I don't know. I think it's just too slow. He might not even get this town center up. It's going to be closer than it looks. That's what these spearmen are doing. They're just distracting. And here comes the rest of the army. This is going to be big. And now he's just full building it. Okay, it's going to go up. Okay, it'll barely go up. But we got more units being raided here. See, I think maybe TheRapl was tempted to grab this because he was hunting up here. But I think he should have just walled a little bit further out and then just kept all of his units down here rather than split up. But I don't know. He's looking all righty economically. And I mean, it is right next to a town center now, all this hunt, so it's safe. He's getting a pretty decent army. Shelty grabbing 3. That's greedy. Socks cart so late to come down here. Yeah, down 10 is hard, but see, that's why I don't... Yeah, you can't catch up. So I think your play here is to use a Frost and wipe the town center and wipe the army. And then it doesn't matter that you're down 10 villagers. You can just continue that avalanche. Because then you could push this, and then you can push this, and then this is a whole lot of resources that would have been wasted. And you'll still be up soon. But not bad. Because we've got... He's just 20 resources from aging up. Does he have an armory, though? Ooh. Oh, well, there it is. Okay. Alright. Here comes Scotty. In the end, he aged up a little faster than I thought he would. With that second town center. But this army is a little too big for TheRapl to defend. Even with some of the units up here. And TheRapl is shifting units to wood. Looks like. And ooh, yeah, here comes this army. TheRapl better not fight this. Better not fight this. Okay, alright. Gotta get these villagers back in here too. I'll everybody run through this one gate. And we do have the... okay, the temple isn't down. Gotti is almost up. So what TheRapl needs to do is push this town center. He needs to try to force Shelty to defend with his army. Because TheRapl doesn't want to have to use a frost here. Now these villagers, you just got 1900 gold on your base gold mine. So no. Come up here. You attack this town center. You don't defend here. Because now that you've moved your villagers, this point doesn't really matter. But who cares? Let him come in here. What do you care? You're going to lose a few houses and crap? I think you come up here and attack the town center. And now Shelty's retreating. Where this whole army, I think you just come up here. Because now with these two frost giants, Shelty wins this fight, especially with frost. And he's now going to end up probably wasting about a minute and a half. Where, yeah, see... I don't think you can sit back here. I think he needed to go hard on this town center right away. Because he could just retreat. Shelty could have. He could have just retreated from here. Not had to defend this. And then TheRapl could have retreated. And Shelty's army would have just been out of position. And what does TheRapl care if he loses some houses and crap here? You know what? He can just get on this town center. And now we're seeing a counter raid by Shelty here. This is a really good raid, and this is all happening because TheRapl isn't pressing the attack where he could have. And now we have Nephthys up, and as soon as Funeral Rites gets in, nice raids back here though. Or Nephthys is almost up, but once Funeral Rites comes in, this Frost Giant's effectiveness goes way down. So I expect to see Shelty probably getting Funeral Rites pretty quickly. And he can almost age up to Mythic as well. And yeah, the sitting back, I think, is the big mistake here. And I saw a forest fire there. Or 14-minute forest fire to kill an extra villager. Hello, Yadano, how you doing? Yeah. I think it's a pretty significant tactical mistake. Like with using a frost, I don't see how this wouldn't have gone down when this army was down here. Like, he probably could have gotten this town center down without having to use frost, and then could have just got all on, then come to this town center and either forced the army to come here to defend, or just frosted this army and killed it all and then killed the town center. I think that was the way to win here. Now, it's not over. TheRapl still ahead by score, but we got Shelty aging up age 4 Horus, and TheRapl going up tier because he doesn't have the villager count to do rag 58, but that's not going to do anything against a 4-town center almost set. And now we've got a pretty big fight army here. All the aggression down here. We got the Frost Giants up on the top, getting rid of this all-important armory. And I've played AoM since 2003 off and on. Here I am. And the Slinger's in on the throwing axemen. They'll actually do a ton of damage. And we've got the Frost Giants. Like, look how fast the Frost Giants take this town center down. But he's got to fall back. We got some raiding down here. As we see Tornado up. Oh, man. Oh, it's going to take down the town center. That's 78% tier. Oh, no. That would be the nail in the coffin. And it's going down at 92%. And that might as well be game over just like that. That will be GG right there. I mean, you could frost this, but you're just so far behind now. It puts you behind a minute and a half of an age up. And that's going to be it. And this entire army, oh, they're just getting mowed down. Slinger's looking good against these infantry. And, whew, champion Slinger, I like to see it. GG. Well played by Shelty. I think TheRapl had a chance there. I think he just played it wrong from heroic age on. I mean, in the end, this 2-town center wasn't a terrible thing. He was still aged up in time to get this town center down. I just feel that coming down here to this gold mine was just the wrong tactical decision. He could have gone to this gold mine, just could have moved his villagers up to here, lost a few houses maybe, but got a town center down, and then probably push this one too, because if he pushes this one, Shelty has to defend with his army, and then you get Frost, and now the army's dead. So I think that was the way to win this, or at least to keep this game super close. In the end, not attacking here just allowed Shelty just to jump ages with a pretty large army. Use Tornado on the aging up town center from TheRapl, and that decided the game. So 2-1, Shelty wins on Marsh, and that is important because if we look at the upcoming maps here, we've got Blue Lagoon, which would be okay, but TheRapl is a main. Odin means he is going to have to win these last 2 games, and that includes Mediterranean. Now, I see I'm still dropping some frames. I'm not too happy with my new router, which apparently is giving me a slower connection than my 10-year-old router. So that happens. Am I playing any games? No. Nope. But we're going to move on to game number 4. Shelty versus TheRapl. Did I give Shelty his win? I did. Let's go to game number 4 on Blue Lagoon. Do we see another set? We do see another set. I think if I'm Shelty here, you do what you did last game. And where is Shelty? He's on the left. Well, that keeps it nice and simple for me. We're keeping the players on the same side of the map. Red on the left. That's Shelty. It's set. Blue on the right. That's Odin. And that's TheRapl, who needs to win the last 2 matches in this series to avoid elimination. Number 4, TheRapl, going against number 1, Shelty, from their respective divisions. So Shelty, the favorite, coming in. And he is ready to take on TheRapl in game number 4. And Mini Molt 21 with the raid. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming in. everybody, and a welcome. This is, if you're not familiar with it, this is the Champions League, doing some recorded game stream, spoiler free for those who may not know the results or watched it live. Doing some recorded games, and the Champions League, if you don't know what it is, you can type !league in the chat, and that gets you a link to the Discord. Although if you are on top of things in the Discord, it does have spoilers, because we are into the semifinal of the postseason, and this is the quarterfinal. So I'm kind of around behind because of life. We got Shelty is set again. The one thing though, we're getting a relic. What relic is he getting? Plus 250% pierce damage against animals. Interesting to value that relic so high. I mean, I guess the Pharaoh is going to come up here to empower the granary anyway. The one thing I will say though, with only 2 giraffe, that's going to slow down the age up for Shelty. He's not going to be able to age up at 4 minutes like he did last game. Okay, and all right. But the TheRapl, because he's Odin and can use Great Hunt on his starting giraffe, will have enough giraffe to reach classical age with just its in-base hunt, if he so desires. And hello, Genesis. Good to have you on board, and thank you for the follow. So Shelty, yeah, he's probably going to go for like a 430 this time. Now, what does he do this game? Does he do what he did last game? Or does he do something a little different? I think the aggression worked, so why not go for it again? We have a gold mine that is it's back, so not terrible. Not terrible at all. For the TheRapl, who's going to be aging pretty quick. Here, he's probably aging up after this dwarf. Might make, yeah, he is. So going for a 414, and Shelty will be a little bit slower. Probably more like a 430 for Shelty. He got his temple almost up. Probably be aging up after this villager, so we'll see right around a 430. So, thanks for being my fan, Genesis. Appreciate it. Nice to kill this hyena. On center should get a few arrows. Yep, that'll help out. If it hits, there we go. All right, hyena down. That's good. That's good. We do have the relic dropped off for the relic that makes villagers kill animals in a single shot. And Pharaoh is going to come forward again. So I like this. If the aggression worked last game, why not go for it again? And where is the other relic anyway? Toothed arrows, plus 5% archer, ballista, and Kiro ballista pierce damage. Probably won't really matter this game. I guess it would be good for the set player to grab. The villagers are going to all come back here. We have vision being used just to give line of sight to Shelty so he knows where stuff is. Do you shift these two? I don't think you do. I'm also not sure why TheRapl is going on hunt, or on berries. He should be on his hunt. And he does shift to 2 Hersier, so shifts just to 2 Hersier. And might both fall back. Well, on Vubli, you do need to get Hands of the Pharaoh to get full damage for the Pharaoh against villagers. So that's why he gets it. If he did get it. No, he didn't. So it's worth it if you think you're going to be getting on the villagers with your Pharaoh. And now we have TheRapl going to the hunt. And it looks like Shelty will just content himself with just shifting 2 Hersier, one of which gets away. And I don't really know if that accomplishes a whole lot. Shelty building some barracks here. Also floating a decent amount of resources as well. Is he going to be grabbing a town center soon? Don't know. This is a decent one to get. How many villies can get shifted? 0 on the fan patch. Look at this poor monkey. Used to be 3 on the old version without any fan patches. On extended edition, I think it might be 2. Maybe 1. I'm not sure. I don't play enough extended edition to know. All right, so Shelty is going full army here. Yeah, I think extended is 1 or 2. And Shelty is trying to stop this wall from coming up. And this pig, I think there might be a hole here still. And, is there a hole? Looks like no. Could get the Valken. Nope, nope, nope. Nice repathing here of the Wadget to save it from the Valk. Valk needs to get out of here. No, no, no. Get out, get out. Yeah, there you go. And so full army, full classical fight. I like to see classical fight Egyptian. It's something that was out of style for the longest time, and I think it's kind of coming back a little bit, which is good to see. Classical fight Egyptian, it's fun to watch, as opposed to just the standard, heroic age and up from there. Yeah, TheRapl a little bit behind in unit production. You can see he's 18 pop behind. He's 5 villagers behind. That's a lot of villagers. And he's pushed off of Hunt. Now, a lot of it is that shift. The shifting of the 2 hearse here did slow down unit production quite a bit. As we see throwing X-Men getting picked on. Does just garrison. And this is a tough army right now to beat. The Pharaoh in the back. The Wadget is going to be really tough for these hearse here to get at. And we do have a counter raid. I'm going to say you almost counter raid in. I mean, you could. Okay, nice forest fire. Nice forest fire. Oh, this could be really big if you can get on all the villages. Nice deletion of the manor, though, or the granary, I mean, to get all these villagers out. And not as much damage as I'd like to see on these villagers running out. This elephant actually kind of messed that up for a while. And we will see another 2 villas go down. That's good. That's good. And got to clear this elephant out, though. That's 562 food. Clear it out. Kill it. So I can get behind that. I don't know how many vill kills he would have gotten without the forest fire. So I could get behind that. 3 vill kill. In a 1 town center game where now he's grabbing the 2nd. I like it, but should have killed this elephant because that's 750 food. It's going to just waddle next to the town center now. And TheRapl with a decently sized army. He's caught up a little bit. He's actually ahead now in military, but doesn't have a lot of resources in the bank and is not building a town center. These spearmen could be in a really bad position here, though. They could get caught out. Would like to. Oh, a little the path blocking not quite where it needed to be. And we got where in the world is that priest? Oh, he's getting another elephant. Be Obama. Oh yeah, next top model. I think I already am top model. Say, look at this. And oh no, the 1 elephant. Yeah, where'd that elephant? See, there it is. 750 food just freely gathered. That's big. When you think about it, food hunt being the fastest resource to gather. Look at this raid here that could happen. But letting 750 food just walk off like that, that's important. Does TheRapl know about that hunt there? It's in line of sight. You could check it and see. So the trick here in the old version is if you click on an animal that's in Fog of War and it does not have a health bar, you know it's dead. Dead. Health bar's blank. Center is built again. These units are now kind of. I think there's enough to defend. Yeah, nice big army. Yeah, imagine this catch. Imagine that catch there on those vills if he only would have spotted it. And yes, 2 centaurs can one-shot a villager on Extended Edition. They are slower on the Extended Edition. This raid would have been big, but missed it. Just missed it. Had line of sight of it. Just missed it. Too bad. Ooh, we got a bit of a gold mine conundrum for TheRapl. His second gold mine is here, but it's on the other side of the trees. And that's rough. So he's got to come to this gold mine all the way forward, and he's trying to wall off. Also trying to catch, he's trying to find, like, I think he knows that there's, or suspects that there's villagers out somewhere. Oh, these throwing axemen are not where they need to be. Gotta get them out of here. You should probably separate one, so that they aren't all running so slow. And they're gonna sneak through this little path in the trees. The Valks and raiding cavalry coming back. Assuming there's nothing to raid, they're gonna try to do like another surround on this, but there's spots to raid. Here. No hand axe or pickaxe. We can see them getting both researched right now. But yeah, with I Bring Life, converting 2 elephants and bringing them into the base, that's a problem. And TheRapl also can't get on this hunt here. So TheRapl is having to farm at 12 minutes. And that's tough. F1 is the hotkey, Worms. Slinger's a little bit aggressive here. Went a little bit far forward there. Oh, that's okay. Just loses maybe 1. They're high pierce armor. And we have Nephthys up already. Shelty is in a good spot. Up F1. Boink. Boink. Like that. A lot easier than clicking on the picture here. Like to see Shelty maybe forward build. We see a nice raid coming in on this gold mine here, though. But Shelty is 7 villagers ahead. Medium raiding cavalry, though, kind of need to be upgraded. Especially against this many vills. Like, they kind of need to run. Run. You're just going to throw away your raiding cavalry at this point. And, oh, these slingers get trapped down here. Now he gets upgraded heavy slinger right as his last slingers go down. Not good timing. We've got the Scorpion Man here to protect against this raid. So now TheRapl needs to get out because the Scorpion Man will clean up. And it looks like he's reacting well. We've got a Spearman already upgraded to heavy. So these units, really nice upgrades for Shelty. And TheRapl's economy just not where it needs to be, courtesy of getting pushed off of hunt so soon. And no hand axe, no pickaxe. Is, as we can see on the left, 50% up. Gotti. See this Spearman being annoying. You got all the more spearmen coming down to raid. And I don't think that Shelty has, or TheRapl has enough to defend against this. He's got to be careful too. If he doesn't like run them right away, they could get trapped. Uh-oh. Raiding cavalry coming down. H4 Horus already for Shelty. And oh no. Gotta run him out the wrong way. Oh, he just didn't notice the wall. Getting killed, and now he's running out, but he's gonna lose. Handful of units. It's a lot of idle time. Here comes an army down to defend. Probably enough to defend this. But that's a lot of idle time for all of his dwarves. He can't afford that. And we have... Okay, we got... that'll win this fight for Shelty. Maybe. Oh, we're force out of frost. That's big. That's a big frost there as we're looking at Horus That's kind of the bell tolling for TheRapl, is that age 4 Horus age up. Because you're just going to see an instant cast on a town center, probably this one. And how does TheRapl get back into the game? He's only 3 vills down, which looks okay, but gonna be another town center down and an age down. And these villagers got to run in the end. It's just kind of a panic Frost to save the villagers, which are going to come up here now. And they're kind of getting walled off from himself with these little walls. And it's going to be tough. Tough for TheRapl to pull this back, as we see Shelty is aged up mythic now. Got all the free units coming forward. The Rhinoceros, the Hippo, the Avenger. Comes walking forward like a boss. Look at him. Got the old frozen upper arms there. Just kind of walking like he's really buff, which I guess he might be. And yeah, the base is about to disappear. We got a nice Migdol placement here. Villagers got to react. We've got a tornado being used. Oh, he got the army too. That was big to get the army while they were pathing right past it. And we will have a town center down. Let's see how much more damage comes. Okay, he already reached max damage for army. That's huge. So max damage to army with that tornado. And killed the town center. And look at all of these low hit point units here. Look at them. They're gonna just get shredded by these slingers. Ooh, well, if they turn to fight. Now they turn to fight. But this army's gonna disappear in like a flash. It's just gonna go. And Shelty now 800 ahead. And that is it. GG, and Set wins again. So, whoa, what a tornado. This game just did not go TheRapl's way. He was just on the back foot the whole game. I thought he had chances on Marsh to win that game, but this game, Shelty just kind of tightened that noose, and TheRapl was just never able to get going. There's no access to any hunt. And Shelty got away with, I think, 2 elephant conversions, and those were both TheRapl's. TheRapl needs ceasefire. He might have needed a couple ceasefire in this game. But let's give Shelty his point that he deserves. 3-1 victory. And yes, everybody complaining that Egyptian over-nerfed. And complaining that Odin overpowered. And we kind of had a dismantling here on this Blue Lagoon map. And now I say that tongue-in-cheek because you really can't decide who's overpowered or underpowered just based on a set of games. To me, for me, the loss on Marsh was more due to a tactical mistake than any sort of matchup, overpowered and underpowered. Here, I don't know. I mean, it kind of seemed helpless what TheRapl was doing, but it seemed like he was just so slow to get his army out. And I know these first 2 Hersier were shifted, but for advancing faster, he was slow to get his military buildings up. So I don't know. I think maybe well played by Shelty. But here's the problem though when you're playing against Set, is Set can kind of decide what he wants to do. I mean, if you don't sit back in your base and you decide to go aggressive, well, guess what? Now Set shifted on top of your hunt. Then if you sit back and decide, okay, I'm just going to sit back and protect my hunt, well, guess what? Then Set doesn't shift on your hunt, and now you gotta Set shifting your army away, and now you're screwed that way. So that's kind of the strength of Set, is that Set gets to dictate the early game. Man, this Avenger was about to do some whirly twirlies on all these dwarves here. But that's the series. That's the game. And Shelty moves on. Well played by Shelty here. Nice set. Hard to pick out a mistake. I think Shelty played this last game really well. Really well played by Shelty this last game. Nice eco upgrades. I think one thing we could maybe say about TheRapl is maybe try to get upgrades a little bit sooner, just consistently, but that's all right. So, thanks for watching. And thanks for the kind words there, Mr. Don Artie. Appreciate it. Try to make this enjoyable as much as I can. I mean, the way I see it, I'm going to watch these games anyway. And that's going to be it for tonight. It's 11:30. And I'm going to have kids waking me up at 7 a.m. because that's what kids do. Let's take a look a little bit more at the post-game. Kill-death ratio is okay. Economy, what are you looking at here? Villagers. See, with the civilian units as close as they are, I don't think... I guess it's the hunt. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. So, well played by Shelty. I don't know. I don't have as much of an answer here for what maybe TheRapl could have done differently. It was hard. It was well played by Shelty. TheRapl could have gotten a nice raid here, but I mean, can't catch them all. Can't catch them all. So that was the series. You caught me live, and I'm about to go stop the stream. I'm not happy with my drop frames with my new router. I don't know how that works. Explain it to me. Somebody that's smart with computers. So I had an old router. It was 10 years old. I'm like, I should update my router because it's 10 years old. It's probably going to fry at some point. So I updated my router with the new router. And now I'm getting slower internet connections. What am I going to do? Go back to my old net gear that I've had for 10 years? I did open ports. I mean, I don't know what ports to open. I guess I opened ports for Voobly, but other ports. So there are other games. Not tonight. I do have some more series yet to go where I'm going through the quarterfinals. The tournament is actually in the semifinals, so I'm hoping to get to Kibo 9 and Racing Cat soon. And then we'll be moving on to the semifinals. I might be able to cast one of the semifinals live Sunday at 1800 GMT. How do you get on Voobly? You need the original version. There's a few guides to get on Voobly. I forget what's the best one to get the original version because you really can't buy it anymore. But let's see. Your best bet might be to the physical copy. You need the original game, like the old version. But there's ways to get it without buying it. In fact, you could probably go on to YouTube and just search for... Here. Oh. Hold on. You have the CD still. Oh, well then install it and install Voobly. And there are some issues with Windows 10 and the original game. Some people have to jump through a ton of hoops. Oh my goodness. Some people have to jump through a ton of hoops to get Age of Mythology to work on Windows 10. Other people like me just installed it and it's pretty much fine. So I have Windows 10, it works fine. I know other people have Windows 10, it works fine, and there's others that do have Windows 10, it doesn't work. There's a few things you might have to do, like sometimes, like some of the graphics don't quite work with the new graphics card, and you gotta like edit a game file. It's pretty simple. Voobly is just an install. Yeah, it's a third-party program. It's just like a place where you play games. You know, it's just it's like basically a virtual LAN, I guess you could say. It's basically creates a LAN between everybody. So if you need help, give me a holler later on, and I can try to put you towards some help if you need it. But don't forget, this is a Discord for the league. The easiest way to contact me later on is through Discord. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys another time. I am going to go to bed. And what computer am I running? Could be an issue where my Windows might be outdated. I don't know. When it says I have an update, I restart. So I think it's updated. Well, we'll see. I guess we'll find out. So anyway, I gotta go. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let's see if I can send you guys to somebody before I turn my stream off. So I will catch all of you guys later. And you guys have a great week. I gotta work some overtime this weekend. And I will send you to Paulietta. It was her birthday the last time I sent you guys there. We'll send you guys to her again. So appreciate it, everybody. Appreciate the kind words. Appreciate the company. And I'll catch you guys